Yeah, welcome to the Ep08 podcast, y'all. We are back and in the building.
Yeah.
How y'all doing tonight?
Bro, I'm chilling.
That's right. Same thing here. Same thing here. Just chilling, baby boy.
Uh-oh. It's what day? What is hump day?
Wicked Wednesday.
Wicked Wednesday.
Ain't nothing like a cold ass Wicked Wednesday now, y'all. We got a lot to talk about a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, as y'all know. And for those who already are accustomed to the show, we got a few traditions. One of them being the title of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where, everybody is welcome. We want everybody to come and enjoy themselves, and shake off the cabin fever a little bit. Talk about this, that, and the other, and see where y'all stand on it. But there are certain things that we just don't tolerate here, and therefore some people got to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do at the beginning of the show, typically. Haven't been that way in a few shows, but we get into it. I'm not going to hesitate on this one, though, because I got a good one.
Yeah, get it in now.
It's such a good one that I consider it a bad one.
Oh,
you know
wow.
what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard, but I keep saying this. I feel like 2020 is holding 2021's beer because shit just keeps getting crazier, right? But this is one abomination of epic fucking proportions, okay? There's an Uncle Timotheus fucking Prime, right, that I'm going to have to kick out. He is the best of the best of the best of the best house niggas ever, sir.
Not the best of the best of the best.
The best of the best of the best house niggas ever, sir.
Oh, my God.
Listen, check this out, y'all. This punk ass dude has gotten so lost all the way up in the sauce. His name is Austin Chinge, I believe is the way that you pronounce his name. He is a candidate in Michigan running for governor who claims he's black. Okay.
What?
He claims that he will cancel Black History Month. There's no need to cut the feet off of this slave master's fucking pet. He is fucking Tobias, okay? And ain't got one drop of Kunta in his blood. All I could think of when I heard what this dude was saying. And then I went and I looked, went to Twitter and I saw the tweet. And it just, it reminded me of this.
Oh, look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?
He is the greatest. This house nigga posted on Twitter, I will cancel Black History Month in Michigan. It is offensive, unfair, maybe illegal. Americans from all backgrounds deserve a revered history. I'll declare American History Month. This is Austin Chinge, y'all. This guy is a veteran.
A veteran what?
He's a Republican.
A veteran of what?
Right.
Oh, he's the veteran of the balls. That's what he's the veteran of, huh?
There you go. So all folk and kinfolk, y'all.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, well, he gets the balls.
This piece of shit is beyond an opportunist. I hate to even mention his name and promote, this treacherous turncoat savage, supremacist collaborator, and all the other things that we might call somebody like this dude. But he has to be taken seriously. It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To collaborate with this idea of, undoing the American history that we here living, within the diaspora have attained. Okay. He's coming from Nigeria.
Oh, man, come on.
He wants to abolish Black History Month, and he's not the first coon to make an argument or to come, into the diaspora with this type of bullshit. looking at these supremacists like they're deities. You know what I'm saying? And stepping off the boat with this daft and pathetic, ideology, anti-black, type shit. I hear it all the time. I see it all the time. With black people, not so often, but I'm not surprised. They have this stereotype, lazy, ungrateful for being colonized, waiting to live close to master, minded ass, obedient, servile ass punk bitch shit going on in their mind.
Right. Here
we fight for ours. Okay. We fight against derision and the censorship of our history. Okay. Here and about the entire fucking world. We are not playing over here with this shit. So whatever opportunity that he might see, he may have kept that shit in email form. You know what I'm saying? You want to run a scam in this country, you should have kept that shit in email form. I'm flabbergasted, y'all.
Yeah. The
sure fuckery and ignorance. Shit.
Yeah, and the sure fuckery of this asshole that you speak of, the person who got the dick stuck in their throat while they're talking, it's bad enough that we get the shortest month of the year to even celebrate it and not celebrate it through all out, the whole entire year. You got this motherfucker that's coming out of outer space talking that dumb shit, and there's people like that who makes us all look bad, for the sheer ignorant fact that you're using that to try to gain, probably wealth, fortune, power, and all that other shit, and it's not fucking necessary.
What's up, baby D?
What's up, baby D?
What up, Jaron?
What up, Jaron?
That's my people. That's Jaron right there.
JP.
Baby D back in the building.
But, see, these motherfuckers don't understand. I guess they just don't read up on their history or something. Because, white folks even invaded Africa.
Yeah, he's from Nigeria. I do not look. Or maybe he's Nigerian. And, I there could be a lot to that, but that's beyond the point, You know what?
But I'm just...
My brother, you have cooned so bad, my brother, that they damn near need to put your face in the dictionary next to the word coon. And I don't mean no disrespect, my brother, but I didn't think I would live to see a black man buck dance and boot lick white folk the way you have done, my brother.
He hit it on a nail. All right.
I got a little Abraham Lincoln for y'all for Black History Month. In response to Chingay. Abraham Lincoln said, I am not, nor ever have been, in favor of bringing about in any way the social and political equality of blacks and white people. There must be the position of superior and inferior, and I am in favor of having the superior position assigned to the white race. See, Uncle Timotheus fucking Prime uses the word unfair. Unfair. Black History Month is unfair. He obviously knows nothing whatsoever of Black history, American history, world history. Or maybe he does. And he sees Martin Luther King Jr., as somebody who got what they deserved. People are fucking out of their minds. Maybe Black Americans facing ethnogenocide in America. He blames us for it. He's a little different.
Wow. Do you
Nobody
realize...
on earth has seen what we've seen in the form of ethnogenocide. Okay, not in the history of the world. In so many ways and forms continues today. Private prisons, right? Systemic racism and other such fucking hidden forms of discrimination.
Exactly. And it's one thing he doesn't realize. Yeah. And it's one thing he don't realize too, Pri. Black people and brown people, which I consider black, are the poorest consumers of everything. Like, we are broke. And black people buy everything. I hate to say it, black people actually keep this country running financially, you know, and physically, you know, because you make money off them, from the athletes to the jail system, you know, to the labor, you know, to whatever the case may be. What's up, Riv?
Riv, you know,
they make money off of us. So, you know, I remember I heard one person say a long time ago, which is a common thing, which I think is the funniest shit, when they say, go back to Africa or go back where you came from. If they expel every black and brown person from this country, this place will become a third world country. I don't give a shit what you say.
Oh, of course. The black dollar is most important. The airlines, nothing will work without it. Definitely, it's true. I think about you know, what kind of history would American history be if we just say, okay, well, do away with Black history? Then would Philando Castile be a part of this American history without Black history? A law-abiding citizen that was stopped by police 49 times,
right,
in 13 years. Doubt it. These things need to be recorded, the good and the bad, all of it, because it keeps us those milestones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It allows us to pass down a history to make sure and ensure for our children's future,
right,
that it never happens again.
And then, you know, also people say, well, the past is the past, but you gotta learn from the past. The past is your history, but learn from it. It's the whole thing. You learn from what mistakes you made.
Exactly.
Slavery was not solved by the people that wrote the Constitution. It ensued. It was not solved by the American Civil War. It sustained. Right? The Civil Rights Movement was the biggest blow against racism.
Yep.
But here we are. Promised land, still a broken promise.
Yep, not promised.
You know, here's Chinge attempting to cause us to lose further ground,
trying to take us backwards.
But think about it, bro. Look at all the coonery out here of motherfuckers, from celebrities to politicians. Everybody out here switching up because, you know, financial gain. You know, I'm gonna say, you know, Miss Owens, you know, when you see old pictures of her and shit that she was about the black person, the black community, this and that. Somebody got in her ear, or she figured out, well, this is not gonna work for me. I'm gonna switch up and I'm gonna brutalize and talk about black people, you know, and saying that black people ain't shit and this and that. And guess what? You've made a ton of money off of the shit, or whatever the case may be. But those people that you're going to need in the long run is black people. And you ain't going to have a foot, you know, a pot to piss in and a window to throw out of that motherfucker, you know, when it comes to that. So people just need to be careful about the decisions they make and the shit that they do.
Well, as far as Chinge goes,
he can get the fuck out of here.
You will not be the legacy of our American history. Uncle Timotheus, Prime. Okay? You are just a remnant of old slavery's house niggas. And that will be your name in history. Everybody, repeat after me. At home, repeat after me. Uncle Timotheus.
Uncle Timotheus.
Uncle Ball Getter. Get the fuck.
Get the
fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
You ain't got no time for that shit.
Execute his ass.
Hey, don't say that. You don't need to be executing. You know, don't say that. This, you know, look, this make sure this motherfucker.
Excuse.
Baby D said, hey, Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and more still going on. Lets you know shit hasn't changed. And here we have Chingay. Just digging holes where we gaining ground. So, you know, that's enough of Chingay, y'all. It's Wicked Wednesday. Hope y'all go out there, do y'all due diligence and hit up his Twitter account and let him know how you feel. I definitely know that there are a lot of fighters out there, you know, that carry the movement. I definitely will be support in whatever it is that we need to do about a Chingay, and everybody like it. They all can get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Trippy timeline, y'all. Anybody got something on their timeline now? It's trippy.
Oh, trippy timelines, huh?
Ashley want to know, can a brown person, non-black, that already is a subject of this.
Yeah, that's a touchy situation.
A brown person, non-black.
About that.
Before we would even get into the N-word, a brown person, non-black, is that deals a lot with, you know, the census in America and in American culture and in today's era of Afro Latino and Latina, and you know, some people when they fill out an application say you know, you have say you're from Venezuela or Mexico, they might ask you or tell you, tell you, check the white box. So it kind of depends. Everybody doesn't go that direction. Some people check the black box. It used to be a more complicated slew of multiple choice. Hispanic, non-white, and all that. So I don't know. I guess it's culture. When it comes down to it, culture is different than race. Black ain't even a race. I don't, you know. That's why I said that conversation gets a little complicated. African American ain't even true to who we all are. A lot of us don't have direct African origins through the transatlantic slave trade. A lot of us will look at the census in our ancestry and find that, yeah, it's always been a Native American. A whole bunch of black people been right here in America, you know, who knows, thousands of years, and we're not involved in any slave trade, became slaves here, you know. So the N-word and culture, it depends. It really does. White people is a little different. It's a little different. White people can grow up hella black, and depending on where they go, the Bay Area, a lot of white people say the N-word, and you know, it's cool in the Bay. But that same person might not be cool in Texas, you know.
Yeah.
Big luck.
Somebody I work with at the job was using that word, and I said, man, you can't use that word. You ain't been through what the black person has been through. And even though I'm a hypocrite for using that word, we're not even supposed to use that word. And what he told me was, which I laughed, he said, well, the black people in Compton that I run with don't have a problem with that. I said, guess what? What may not offend those in Compton may offend those in Los Angeles. You know, what may not offend somebody at this job may offend others at this job. That word should not be used. And you should not be the one using that word. You know, I've had people use that word on me at the job to the point where I was ready to go to the park and say, well, let's fight. Let's get it over with. You know, and after I whoop your ass, I'll buy you lunch. You know, there's no love lost, you know, but I would not be disrespected by you or anybody else, you know, because you feel freely to use that word, like I put on a pair of socks or a pair of tennis shoes, you know. So, yeah, you know, that word should not be used by anybody, including us, you know. It shouldn't be used. And I know that we use it anyway, you know, but other races, you know, shouldn't be able to say it. And they do it anyway because that's just a part of their culture, I guess, now. Because even over in places like Asia, you know, and places like that, they say my nigga.
For sure.
You know, so
term of endearment.
I mean, yeah.
Hold on,
know,
give me 1 second. Whoever was spamming the chat, I put your ass on timeout. Okay. You do it again, and it's an indefinite block. Okay. Please continue.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know why people are so ignorant to the fact. You know, I don't know why people do what they do.
It really depends. Like I said, like Big Luck was saying, it depends on who you with. Who you with? I had a conversation. It was hilarious. I was in North Carolina. Should I even say this? I don't know. I should tell this. I'm gonna try to tell the story. If it get a little crazy, then I might not. Either way, I'm in North Carolina. Let's just say I was in the car with friends. How about that? And the homegirls said that her boyfriend should be able to say it, right? We all faded, just whipping around, going to the club and stuff like that. It's just all a good conversation. But you know, she said that her boyfriend white, you know, at the time, and he said, "Hell no!" Mind you, he said he raised around black folk. It's different in the South. I guess it depends on where you live in the South as well. But you know, black people, white people definitely grow up together in in the South,
right.
in a lot of places. I'll say that. And then right down the street, there it might be a little indifferent. But either way, so you know, for him, it should be nothing basically that she was saying. And he said, "Hell no, I would never say it." And she said, "Why not?" And he gave her an example. I thought it was the most hilarious example I had ever heard in my life. He said, let's just say, now we all quiet in the car because we want to hear this shit. He got a good example of why he could never use the word. Okay. He said, say we having sex. She said, okay. He said, say I call you the N-word while we having sex. She said, hell no, you can't call me the N-word while we having sex. She said, out of all the crazy shit that you call a person while you're having sex, you can't say the N-word. Then it should not come out of my mouth. I thought that shit was hilarious.
That's funny.
As you said, I should block that ass now. Yeah, I ain't tripping. But yeah, I mean, that was just something I thought was funny. But yeah, the N-word, it depends. It depends. Like Big Luck said, I agree. None of us should say it. A lot of us are stuck on it. You know, but it shouldn't be used anyway. You want to say it, just
keep it on your breath, right behind your own walls.
I wouldn't test people with that either. It wasn't too long ago we had a viral meme of a video of a young man who decided to use the word with someone who was not. He didn't like it. Let's just say
didn't he get punched out for that?
He took a can.
Oh yeah. He like,
it said a flopper.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it depends.
I bet you that drink was refreshing.
That shit
but
was
I know we got a little off the subject, Ashley, but I try to cover a few different grounds. But you know, I got a homeboy, and we tossing lines back and forth in the studio. He is Hispanic, and this is a long time ago. And one of the lines I wrote is a nigga in it. And he looked at me. Mind you, I didn't think nothing of it. He said, "No, I can't say that." I said, "Why not?" He said, "No, I don't think it's right." I never noticed that he never used the word in any of his raps. You know, so you know, it depends. And mind you, if anybody could say the word, he definitely could say the word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The way he was raised, how he grew up, you know, either way, it depends. And I would just say, don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on the individual. You know what I'm saying? If the individual,
maybe they said, "Ooh, you can't say it in the South." These days.
Yeah, it depends. I think it depends on the individual because I mean, even though I've grown up hearing the word, you know what I'm saying, and all my friends used to say it. I mean, even at some point, I used to say it. But I think it depends on how you mature.
Absolutely.
You know, so if you can just stop saying a word, then stop saying it. I mean, sometimes I'll flip off at the mouth, sometimes it come off and it might say it. But most of the time I try not to say the word. Just because. So I mean, people can do it. It's just if they want to do it or not want to do it.
Exactly. But you know, the main excuse I hear is they say, well, if you get to say it, then how come I can't say it? I hear that shit all the time.
Yeah, you gonna hear that all the time.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, if we're gonna talk about fairness, then we need to talk about sharing some entitlements. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You want to say, nigga, I got some shit I want to have that you got that I don't have.
There you go. Right.
I walk up to the country club, you know what I'm saying, with my khaki golf shorts on in my bag, and I say, I get to come in here, y'all, because I let that motherfucker over there say nigga. He can say
exactly.
He giving me his pass to play golf.
Exactly. I think that every time that another race uses that word, it need to be some financial compensation for a black person. It need to be like a damn royalty check. Yeah,
damn,
I need my royalty. Yeah, it needs to be an N-word royalty check.
I'm all for N-word tax. Yay or nay? Yay or nay?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
N-word tax.
So if that goes, yeah, y'all can say as much as you want to, because I know I'll be getting a check in the mail.
But don't you ever say it in the form of disrespect.
Woo.
Oh no.
Don't use that. That's a different word. Yeah. Now it's a different word.
I ain't gonna even lie to push somebody out before saying, well, how come I can't say the word nigger? What? I see right now that your jaw.
It's the way it's said.
Right.
Yeah, but then and I'm not even gonna lie, that person had to get his jaw wired shut. So yeah, I mean, you have to be real careful in the shit that you say to people.
Let me guess, that happened in college.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
I know where you went to school.
Actually, it happened out here, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it happened out here when I was living in Pasadena.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
an unfortunate thing, you know, like DJ Inchai was saying, you know, just don't do it. Just don't do it. We do it because we can't help it. And some other people, they can't help it. But it's always somebody with a twisted T trying to warn you.
Yeah.
If they tell you, hey, don't say it no more. Don't be like, hey, he was like, where are you from? Where am I from?
Where am I? Yeah, right. Nigga,
Don't be
where you
testing
from?
people out here, y'all. I don't care who they is or what they look like. Don't test nobody. Don't test nobody.
Exactly, because it could have been worse. He could have got hit with every drink in the store.
Every drink, every counter, everything.
Exactly.
The word ain't no good,
people,
y'all. But like Terrence Howard said when he was on Oprah, he does not despise the word, though he recognizes its origins. He feels like we took that, right, turned it into a form of endearment, took the sting out of it. Because you can't delete something from the ether. It's out there, So turned it into something else. He say when he see his homie, a loved one in the airport, my nigga, it's one of those things. So even for like DJ Inch High was saying, a certain level of maturity, even some people, they just, they're gonna use it anyway. Black, white, Hispanic, whatever race you are, it depends on the culture you come from. I wouldn't test it though. I wouldn't test it. I've had a Hispanic man say the N-word comfortably at work. Should I feel something? I would take that to a supervisor because that's work. It ain't no play.
Yeah, that's not.
Because
Baby D says there's a difference between nigger and nigga. Definitely. And
Definitely.
nigga easily becomes nigger as well, because you better believe that even in the deep South back in the days, they said nigga too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It mean exactly what it sounds like.
Nigga, nigger, nigra. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm. Negroid. That was used as some weird chimpanzee brain shit. That's
yeah, but they say that. Yeah, exactly. But we the monkeys. Hey, fuck out of here.
Thank y'all for staying tuned in to the Ep08 podcast. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Always, if you're not in California, you might be watching this shit at it's 9:30 here. It might be 10:30, 11:30 for you. So we're definitely grateful.
Yes, indeed.
If you're new to the show and you enjoy it, we enjoy likes, emojis on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Subscriptions are a big deal on YouTube. That's always a great help. Yeah.
And if you want to come on the show, we can send you the link and you can come in and join in the show.
Now, Bow Wow, y'all.
Oh no, here we go.
What do you want? What the hell he want?
Nah, he said, now I know this might sound crazy, but after I drop my last album, I will focus on TV and film and joining the WWE. It's been a lifelong childhood dream to wrestle in the WWE.
Okay, I have one question.
Oh my God, I'm done.
I have one question for this brother.
Nope.
He's going to either invite me there or somebody else off the street there, because everybody else is way too big to be wrestling with.
Look, I tell you what. If Bow Wow could pick me up and carry me to my car 5 steps, then yes, you should be in the WWE. You have a better chance. Of getting a back massage with 50 grit sandpaper and telling the niggas it feel good. You have golly, really? Bro,
they got little people wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I think
okay, so he's gonna join.
Not be the right one for him.
Okay, so that means he's gonna join the small people league, because in the WWE everybody wrestles everybody.
The little people wrestling is he would be a big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And it might be some shit. You know what I'm saying? We got it.
Look, unless Bow Wow took steroids and he's lifting like 1,000,000 pounds and we haven't seen him and he come out super buff, then yeah, maybe. But the Bow Wow we talking about right now, don't have a fucking chance. I don't give a fuck how much you fake. It'll look fake.
And he
Even if
still
you try to fake it with Bow Wow, that shit will look fake.
I was gonna say, and he's
I
still
can see it
considered
now.
as Little Bow Wow.
Yeah, like who the fuck he gonna body slam?
Okay, Little Bow Wow.
Well,
go back in your little doghouse.
Christ,
a lot of WWE wrestlers did respond. Believe it or not, I guess they feel it's all in good fun. I could watch a Bow Wow get thrown around till he disappeared. Where'd he go?
Yeah, it'd be like a beach ball.
Well, look, since you want to wrestle so bad, can I slam Bow Wow? Can I go and just meet up with Bow Wow, pick his ass up, and slam him on the floor? Then can I drop the big leg on him? If he can survive that, then he deserves to be in the WWE.
Well, good luck. Good luck with that, Bow Wow. It's Wicked Wednesday, y'all. Good luck with your wrestling career. You never know. He might go all the way back around, be like The Rock, and get back in the film, and
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm going to WWE.
As you say, Little Bow Wow, you just don't know. Well, we're gonna find out. That's for sure. Donald Trump, y'all.
Him again. Come on.
The Senate, which pre-election were dominated by Republican majority, has voted to move forward with the former president's impeachment trial.
Definitely.
They have agreed to have jurisdiction basically to place on Donald Trump on trial in cases of impeachment after all of the talk that they had during the election, before and following the Capitol insurrection, because that's basically what it's about, right? The QAnon shit, and it all turned into a fireball. We probably did about 7 episodes around that shit. But been a lot of lawsuits. Fox is getting sued as well. I think we talked about that on the last episode. Everybody that's being sued basically for claiming fraud on these companies.
Right.
The voters in Georgia and the voting systems. You can't just say it's fraud and you don't have any proof, and you just like it's fraud. Now you're offending everybody.
Exactly.
So either way, by a vote of 56-44, Mr. Trump's attorneys argued that what's the point of impeaching a president, convicting basically a president who is no longer the president,
right?
Well, because for people who don't know, you find him guilty. You cannot run for political office ever again in the history of history. Like it's a wrap. Your political career is over. So that run for him going in 2024, running for president again, it's a wrap. He can't do it. So yeah, that's the argument. So yes.
Yeah. 6 Republicans joined all 50 Democrat senators in order to move the trial forward. This is also a sign for those who wanted to see a conviction that, unfortunately, there will be none.
Of course.
So if you look at the numbers, it would take 17 Republicans, right, to convict in the end. That's not going to happen. Can you imagine? When I was thinking about this, it made me wonder what that would be like. How he could just slip right out of that, right? Committing a crime. And, his friends are like, no. And that's that. So just imagine how many people, that probably shouldn't be behind bars, right, for their infractions. If it took a system like this not only to, bring you to trial, but also to convict. If the jury, had 100 people and was forced to take in at least 20 of your friends and would require at least 17 of that 20 of your friends also to convict you. Oh, our justice system. It's different for different people. If the actions in the final week of your term as president are excusable, at any point, I guess you can just do whatever the fuck you want until you're caught and then resign. You don't have to face any fucking charges.
Exactly.
This stuff is hilarious. It's crazy. And it's not funny because, people suffer under these laws, the same laws. It's a trip.
But they go get his ass either way, I think. Either way, even if he doesn't get convicted here on impeachment, they go get his ass on the back end.
Honestly, I don't see that man going to jail. I don't. People talk that shit. That man done got into so much shit.
I didn't say he go to jail. I'm just saying they go get some of that ass.
Yeah. Yep. If Trump goes to jail, then they made a surgery to shrink feet, and I need that done. I need my size 16 to go to a size 12.
Keep shrinking. As we said, call the EEOC. I feel you. There should be someone that you should be able to call above this, but unfortunately, this is the top of the game.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why I said it would be a trip that, if you were accused of a crime, the jury would have to have 100 people. And then it would also have to have 20 of your friends. And out of just that, 17 of your own, people you grew up with, people you went to high school with, just a little, a variety of people who have known you all your life. 17 of the 20 would have to convict you. How many people? It's such a trip. And this is supposed to be the high courts. This court's supposed to be better than the one here that we deal with. This is supposed to be the supreme. It's a trip.
Yeah. So basically, that higher court is the court that can fuck you even better than the lower court. Yeah.
There you go. Should be a flag thrown on the play every day in American justice system. If you didn't already know it.
Look, I got the funniest shit. So, had a family member of mine do some bullshit, and I had a warrant, and he got a warrant in my name that was 26 years old. 26 years old. When I finally get pulled over, and that was the night when I bought that car. They told me that I still had that warrant, even though I paid for it. And my dumb ass paid for it, which I shouldn't have had to pay for because it was 26 years old.
Yeah.
So when I get to the courthouse, I showed the judge the proof that I paid for it and everything. This motherfucker tried to make me pay it all over again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I dealt with something.
So I had to sit there while he go find the paperwork that is 26 years old.
Right. Right.
So when he comes back, he said, "Guess what, Mr. Jones?" And my smart ass said, "What, you couldn't find the paperwork?" This motherfucker was pissed to the point where he said, "Well, yes, we're going to dismiss this case. Go to the clerk and pay the $200 for blah blah blah."
But originally it was like thousands of dollars or something. But
well, no, I paid the original fee. I paid the original fine, which I shouldn't have to pay.
Was it 200 or more?
It was more than 200. It was more like 2,000. But when I walked outside the courthouse the first time I paid it, the lawyer said, "You shouldn't have paid that. You should have fought that." So the second time when he did it, tried to make me do it again, I said, well, go get the paper. Go get the paperwork.
Yeah.
So when I said you got to let me go, he was so mad that he was trying to get me to pay an additional $200. I go to the clerk. The clerk said, that is not $200. It's $15. He's just mad at you because you didn't have to pay that $2,000 all over again.
Exactly.
And what the judge said in there to everybody said, the county is losing money. The state is losing money. You're going to get hit no matter what, guilty or not guilty. You're going to pay something before you leave this courtroom. And he specifically said that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've been in that situation. Something similar, not the same, but when I was when we did a tour in Vietnam, and on the way from basically back to the airport, after everything was done, some type of, I don't know what they have, what it was at the time. Looked like military police. Everybody had AKs. I don't think the regular police, I don't know. Whatever. However it worked. Communism was there in full force. They wanted to be friends though, but we wasn't. It's complicated. Either way, the van pull us over. I mean, they pull over the van just before we get, to the airport. And it's a lot of talking going on outside and a lot of pointing in the car. In the van. Oh, I know what this is. A shakedown.
Exactly.
But this is the thing. I thought it had something to do with the conversation I had with my parents. You know what I'm saying? They told me to tell me, it's a warrant for your arrest. I said, a warrant? I'm a senior. What'd I do?
Damn, you gangster.
Right.
All the way from the United States.
Man.
Damn.
I said, I'm thinking to myself, these dudes with these AKs, if they trying to collect this warrant, I said, that on that. You can't do that. Because I remember watching blood sport and shit like that when the police try to go to to China and shit and get him for some shit in New York. You can't do that. You don't have no jurisdiction. I watch TV.
That is hilarious.
So I'm like, nah, they can't be for that. Either way, they was doing a shakedown. They was like, yeah, we kidnapping everybody, every rapper you got in that van. All them Nickelodeons. Somebody called me Nickelodeon. While I was out there. I got to a fight.
That is hilarious.
A thugged out.
Okay, Prophet Cannon.
A thugged out Vietnamese dude called me Nickelodeon. He didn't have too many English words, but that one, I heard it. I said, oh, I was faded too. Either way. Point is, they let us go because our people paid the ransom. It was a lot of money. And when I got back to America, right, I had to go to court. What the hell? I don't even know why I have a warrant. Warrant for what? And so we all sitting here. I'm sitting next to this girl that just won't stop talking loud too. Just, damn it, you about to get me locked up. I know this judge keep looking over here. I'm looking at the judge. Person just talking to me, just talking. Telling you my nigga. I ain't even supposed to. I said, oh my goodness. Either way, sent her to jail. Yep. Kept talking. So the judge, either way, tell everybody, I don't want to hear no not guilty shit in my court today. Everybody is pleading no contest. I said, is this legal? What is going on here? I don't go to court and get in trouble enough to understand what's happening.
Dang, no contest.
Everybody plead no contest. Do not come up here and say not guilty. If you do, I'm going to punish you.
Damn.
So I said no.
Was contest. You in Compton? Was you in Compton when this happened?
Downtown.
It sounded like you was in the same fucking courthouse I was in.
That's what they said.
Basically.
Yeah, I guess that's what they do then. I don't know. It speeds things up or whatever. But either way, I had to pay a small fine and all that type of shit. But there you go.
Wow.
I had a warrant. I don't even know what it was for, but I was in Vietnam, and so either way.
Yeah, it's like when I got a warrant. And I was in the military.
You was in the military and got a warrant?
Well, it was a stupid warrant. For one, I came home on leave. I'm driving. I think I had a tail light out or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And the cop pulled me over in Long Beach. And he said, I'm going to write you a fix-it ticket. I'm like, look, bro. I showed him my military ID. I said, I'm only home for the weekend. I'm leaving Monday. Can you just let me slide on this? He was like, nope. I'm like, this bitch. So he was like, I'm going to write you a ticket. It's just a fix-it ticket. But the ticket's going to turn, I'm explaining to him, the ticket's going to turn into a warrant. I'm not going to be able to go to court. I'm not going to be able to pay this, whatever. He's like, well, you just have to deal with it. Nigga.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, this fucked up. And I'm in the military. I said, all right, cool. So I get home after serving my time in the military, of course. Got to pay that, what's that, registration. Shows up as a warrant.
Right. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
All this shit.
The warrant is like $800 for a fix-it ticket. I said, ain't this a bitch? So I figure, all right, let's go down here and pay this and get out the way. I went to the courthouse with fat pocket. I mean, I'd keep my hands in my pocket just for the cash not to fall out.
Cash.
And I went up there. They say, well, the judge was like, look, this is how it's going to go today. Guilty or not guilty, or guilty with a reason. I was like, oh, shit. Are you serious? He repeated himself. Guilty, not guilty, and guilty without a reason. With a reason.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, I couldn't wait for him to call my name. I could.
Yeah.
He went to people. He was like, 300, go pay the bailiff. 200, go pay the bailiff. I was like, woo. Dudes is getting up there. I'm guilty with a reason. What's your reason? Stupid ass reasons people come up with. I swear. They was like, you guilty.
Yeah, that ain't a reason.
That ain't no reason. Guilty, gone. He called my name. I think military just popped into me. I was like, guilty with a reason, sir. He was like, what? He looked at me like, really? What's your fucking reason? He's like, I was in the military, sir. He's like, oh. I guess he really looked at me then. He's like, you still in the military, aren't you? Right. I said, yeah, yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. He
military.
was like,
so you didn't have to pay nothing.
He said, you got your paperwork? Here's my paperwork.
Man.
And he was like, well, how come you didn't pay for it? I said, I wasn't even in the States. He's like, all right. He said, all right, Mr. Taylor, $7. Pay the bailiff $7 and get your abstract. Get the hell out of here. Woo, nigga, I was so happy. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, we all love a happy ending.
Y'all didn't have no happy ending, so I had to get one.
Who putting Pearl Milling Company on their breakfast pancakes?
What?
Pearl Milling Company syrup. Who put Pearl Milling Company syrup on their pancakes?
Oh yeah.
That syrup sounds too expensive. I use cheap syrup.
Name it. It don't have a name. Kroger.
Yeah, Kroger original syrup.
I used to get mad, boy. Stop buying Kroger.
Right.
Why are you buying Kroger? Don't buy Kroger.
For one, I didn't buy Kroger when my son went to the grocery store and he wanted some syrup. That's what he picked up because it was cheap. So can't be mad at my son for trying to save dad money.
Well, Pearl Milling Company syrup is the new name of the old Aunt Jemima.
Oh.
There you go.
Do it still have the same old Aunt Jemima taste?
Yes, the flavor isn't going to change, just the bottle and the name.
That's
Flavor ain't
all.
going to change, it's the bottle and the name, y'all.
I actually like my Aunt Jemima bottle.
Well, it's gone. Now it's Pearl Milling Company syrup bottle.
Did they give her an afro or just a bottle, regular bottle?
Probably going to be a regular ass bottle. Probably different color and everything. You know. I do have a video for y'all. I know we only have a few minutes left, but honestly, I don't even know what this is. Let's see.
Again, I don't really think I even believe all this stuff, but I'm gonna just say this. In the land of Hollyweird, like, don't ever think none of this shit is like just too weird for you. There's couple executives that I be hearing that are fucking the male rappers, and they're male too. And I've been saying, how come he keeps sucking these niggas off and nobody talk about this? But because I don't want to get just randomly killed, I won't mention them niggas' names either. I kid you not. I kid you. Yo, I've heard it from so many people with so many different stories. I'm like, this can't be all y'all had a meeting and said, let's all fool.
This dude.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, academics, I guess that's what it is. He knows some shit and he don't want to say some shit because he feels that he will be murdered behind it. You know, I don't give a shit. I've heard that same story a million times. Who cares? Who cares? People do what they got to do what they got to do. I don't know.
Yeah, there it is.
And, you know, I don't know. Who gives a shit, I guess.
Yeah, I care less.
Yeah, Twitter was all over the Twitter. So, you know, I felt like whatever the hell it is, I didn't have time.
Yeah, I can care less. That man prays off of our people. That man prays off our people for financial gain. I can care less.
He does. He does.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Yeah, that's just a clip of Snoop saying some real shit. I always just have some shit like that just sitting just for that.
No doubt.
Outside of that, y'all, you know, here's a little bit of Never End.
What a better day to light up, levitate. A mind fell away cause I don't ever sleep. I done thought that I had been a B, the way I maneuver through the goo to never let them see. But I ain't eyes, a nigga still Gucci with the 9 iron. I'm tired, they say they would. But I catch on quick, act like I ain't fire. Maybe I just get too much of my bowels. Wanna move up in the way of the cows. I be getting it, but kissing my crowds. Tipping the bottle for my niggas. I lost so many, I don't wish this on an enemy. I done fought so many battles. Cannabis to take it as a disc, cause he don't wanna know the significance of the emphasis. When it starts, how I walk in the aisle. Twist a nigga head around like an owl. Won't be around it even for an hour. Could be the plug in the drought. If it ain't a script, I don't pretend to act. Thugging it out. So if I ran, it must have been a badge. Not a drug in the house. Nor in the van, it must have been a rat. See, they the police. Hood, no. Nigga, facts. Only thing I ever ran from. Jail. Squad taking everything but an L. Street smarts counted, I graduated, yeah. God bless a young, agitated man. Only thing I ever ran from.
Thing I ever ran from. Last thing I want to throw out there real quick before we get out of here, and thank you guys as always for watching, liking, and subscribing. Like I said, for those who do not know, you catch us here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Fridays are Firewater Fridays. That shit gets out of hand. It's gotten too far out of hand. I don't know what to do about it. It's just out of hand, out of my control. It does what it does.
No doubt.
Yeah. But I wanted to say this because people were asking about it. But you know, Beyonce's cousin, rapper Cardone, you know, was murdered late in January. I might have spoke about it just a little bit. It wasn't a lot of information, but either way, the alleged shooter has been arrested. A 21-year-old rapper by the name of Sasha Scare. The woman who allegedly gunned down the Sony recording artist. Cardone's estranged wife said that he met Sasha Scare online and was mentoring her, basically. She said he released a mixtape called Trunk Bang, and he wanted some girls for a video shooting. He met her online. When the video shoot was over, he said, hey, she's interested in music. I think I want to help her out. That's how it started. She has a $500,000 bail. Cardone is Beyonce's cousin through her maternal grandmother, in case you wanted to know. And before we get out of here, I just want to ask everybody real quick, why is BET Uncut back during Black History Month?
I don't know, bro, but maybe we need to submit some of your videos.
I ain't got no uncut shit.
I'm just saying, we'll submit it anyway. I don't give a shit. Submit that shit anyway.
You ever see BET Uncut?
Yeah, it's some bullshit. That's why I said submit your videos so we got some real videos to watch. It's like, oh, that's a real video. Cool.
You gotta have naked people to have an uncut video. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, forget about it.
I don't know if it was. Yeah, it was. It was, from what I remember. Either way, peace and love, y'all. We appreciate y'all, but where there's love, there's always a little bit of.
Get the fuck out of here. Peace.
Yes.
Good night.